Welcome back, everyone. Patriots across the world, good evening. It's a beautiful Tuesday evening, and I've got a very special guest tonight. Can see you all piling in there. Before we go any further, just to let you know that all the super chats that come in this evening will be donated in full to the cost of the event on Saturday, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on. First of all, let me bring in one of my cohorts. You got Morecambe and Wise at the moment. We'll bring in the main man in just a second.
So at the moment, more like little and large at the minute, Paul.
Yeah, you got the two Ronnies, but in a minute we're going to be bringing in. I mean, look, we're at Trafalgar Square on Saturday, right? And I thought, look, we're at Trafalgar Square. Who better tonight than to bring in our own Horatio Nelson, our own Winston Churchill, all rolled into one. Here he is. Here's the man. Here's Tommy.
What an intro. What an intro like that with me, Steve. You know, oh, man.
Tommy, I want to check in the post on Saturday. Don't worry about that.
Come on, I can't wait, man. I was feeling nervous. I went into London this morning. I got on the train at 5, went to the Royal Court of Justice, do a bit of filming. And literally the amount of cars that bibbed, that stopped, the people in the street, everywhere. Even just at the airport, I was at Alicante Airport. 3 different people come up to me in the airport. We're coming Saturday. We're coming Saturday. We're coming to Saturday. This was last week. This was 2 days ago. So I think we're going to have a big turnout. I'm excited. All things are falling into place. We had another meeting with the police today, didn't we, Rich?
Yeah, brilliant.
Putting things to bed because there's a lot of obviously there's other people, other groups wishing to ruin our day. Yeah, and they were wanting to get to Trafalgar Square, and we just wanted to have agreements in with the police, which, look, we have to take the police on face value. It worked well last time. I think that they have paranoia over us. We have paranoia over them. We both worked well on the last event. It was a successful event with no trouble, and that's what we're aiming for again today. And I'm looking at the singers, man. I got sent 4. We've got lots of different singers.
Brilliant.
Have you seen the song?
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Oh, they've actually done 8 songs, yeah? It's going to be good, isn't it? It's going to be good.
Mate. Super. I mean, listen, all these people that are saying we're Nazis and fascists, when you've got a black girl from Zimbabwe singing Land of Hope and Glory, what do you do with that?
It's a beautiful. Do you know the best song there? The best song, I think, and it's because probably they've obviously had the most. Ricky's got his own song. Yeah, get out actually. He's got his own song, and the harmonies on that are unreal when I listen to it. So I said, sing that as well, Ricky. Sing that as well. But obviously, we have got so people who are coming understand. There's a lot of speakers. There's a lot of important points that have been ignored. Yeah, that have affected many of us, whether it be vaccine injury. There's a lot of issues. Yeah, and if we have an opportunity, there's also cancel culture. There's another singer who's going to be singing who was cancelled for basically saying a woman's a woman. She was a singer at Glastonbury. She had a great career. It's her passion. She was cancelled. So cancel culture works, but hopefully we're going to give her the stage for 1 million people live view. So there's lots going on, man. The thing I had to do, which I've done today, was to work out who speaks when, what song comes when, what film comes when, which video goes then. We've got, it's going to be beautiful, I think.
Tommy, first of all, look, tell us why. I mean, look, we know, but for anyone watching tonight that doesn't know, tell us why Saturday is so important to just about anyone and everyone that loves our country. Tell us why it's so important.
A multitude of reasons. Things have changed for me, as you're probably aware. I've been made aware that I possibly face going to prison after Hope Not Hate. The service system from a court is when I should be told by the court I'm in court, but that's not what's happened here. I've been told by Hope Not Hate, a far-left extremist organisation, I face 2 years in prison, and they've given court dates of when I have to attend court. But things have changed for me. Why is this important for everyone else? Every one of you know, all of us know, Britain is changing for the worst. You all know we're losing our freedom, we're losing our identity, we're losing our culture. You look around your town and cities, and I try to explain it to people, and I explain it from the vision of Luton. Yeah, and I've done it for 20 years. And what I said is Farley Hill was a predominantly white working class council estate, and like that, just like what the hell's happened here? Yeah, like that, it will change. Yeah, and that was before the acceleration of the boats. That was before all of the mass migration. That was just growing up, and that was to do with the demographical change, because you didn't need many Muslim families on the estate to then just look at the school and it be majority Muslim. because they've all got 5 children, 6 children, 7 children. We've got 1, 2 tops, yeah. And the change of it. So why is it important? Because whilst they are legitimate concerns for the British public, legitimate concerns when the changing demographic of the country is a new foreign ideology which stands against everything we stand for. Yeah, the views on women, the views on homosexuals, the views on culture, the views on freedom of speech, all of these views are alien to us. Yeah, and they're now what's flourishing in our towns and cities. So when I talk about looting like that, but why is it important? Because all those issues I spoke about, you now see. There's not one day that goes by, not one day, that you do not see a social media post by a concerned mother where her children have been approached in a park or followed in a park. That's taken out of it all of the rapes. Look at France today, an Australian woman. As Westerners coming from Canada, Australia, and America, get Paris off your destination list. It's gone. It's gone. Yeah, and we don't want to be sitting saying Britain's gone as well. But certain destinations have changed forever. Our country is changing forever. It's never coming back unless we stop the rot. And it's growing like this. So I will think that we can just sit there and ignore it, or sit there with apathy and think, well, there's not much we can do. Yeah, then unless they see a resistance, and I said when I went to Ireland and I saw the Irish resistance, I sort of felt a bit beaten down myself over things that had gone on. I'd had my court case, the bankruptcy one. They hit me for one point. They bankrupt me. I'd had my divorce. I was a bit lost. I was out in Spain. I started seeing the Irish resistance, and I started thinking, like, that should be us. That should be us. And then I went to Ireland, and that was when I made the documentary. I flew straight to Ireland. I thought, we've got to cover this. Something big's happening here. Yeah. And when I say something big, the Irish in towns and cities, to give an example, say for in Luton, the young white English drug dealers are in partnership at times with the Muslims. Yeah, they're all working together. Okay, and in England it's happened over 40 years. Yeah, in Ireland it hasn't. So in Ireland, the lads that run the criminality, the lads that run the streets, are still Irish lads. Yeah, that's not the same as can be said for London, for Luton, for Bradford, for Birmingham, for Manchester. All those streets, and whoever controls the streets controls the town. And those streets are controlled by Islamic gangs. Now, the Islamic gangs, the Islamic migrants are now coming into Ireland. So I can see straight away there's going to be a resistance to this, because the Irish gangsters are going to resist it. The Irish criminals are going to resist it. Yeah, it's going to go to a bang. But then I wasn't expecting it's the Irish mothers that were the lead resistance.
Yeah.
The mothers of Ireland.
Don't write the women off, mate. I tell you, because sometimes they got more still about them than the men.
No, don't write an Irish mother off, because my mum's a little 4'11" paddy. Correct.
Tommy, let me take you back to the 1st of June for a minute, guys, because I thought that was probably the most successful event that I've ever attended in my life for many reasons. Obviously, we're very, very positive, and we're very hopeful that this coming Saturday goes off just as well. I came away from that event, Richard. I came away from the 1st of June. I couldn't sleep for a week. I was just absolutely buzzing with the positivity.
Do you know what was different, Paul? Right? It was positive. There was no, we've done a lot of demos before, and I used to be the biggest rabble rouser you would ever hear in your life. I was just like, go get him. You know what I mean? But I think we've all changed. I think we've all, whether it's matured, I mean, I should have matured years ago, I'm 56 for goodness sake, but we've all changed. And I think we're saying, we can do this with a positive message. We don't need, everyone knows what the problems are. We don't need to keep saying this is the problem. Everybody knows. What we need to do is give them solutions. And I think what we've done in the past, 3 or 4 months as we've been talking about this and meeting and planning, we're now coming up with a solution. Because, Lawrence Fox said it right. There is no political solution at the minute, because there's no political parties that are worthy of anyone voting for. And that, and I mean no political parties. I'm not going to say any more than that for obvious reasons. But the reality is that what we're doing, if we can build what we're trying to build, I believe, and I said it when I spoke on the first, I believe there's 30 million people in this country at least agree with what we believe. And we need to find a way of getting a hold of them and tapping into them. And as these demos, and that's why and this is the other thing, it's so important that people don't kick off, right? So, no matter what the provocation, no matter what happens on Saturday, everybody has to be disciplined like an army and stay completely disciplined and not do anything that's going to be on the media or whatever. Because if we can prove to the world that we can put thousands and thousands of people on the street, disciplined, well-behaved, respectful, it grows. If it kicks off, it dies. And that,
yeah,
and, you know,
we know we can do that. We've already proven we can do that. And if the police, you know, play a fair bat like they did last time, I think we'll be absolutely fine. I mean, look, most of the people I know that are going, they're family. You know, they're taking their kids, their mums, their wheelchairs, and God knows what else. So I mean, just going back to the first. When you left, how did you feel? Was you buzzing over the whole thing? Because look, you've been doing this for years.
Yeah, I was buzzing the next day. Yeah, in the sense that on the day, from the minute I turned up, I was stressed. I'm totally honest. Yeah, stressed to make sure it goes off all right. Stressed to not really be able to take in the moment, not to even to be able to enjoy it. I say it every demo. I don't enjoy it. Yeah, I'll just need to nail your next, that song. Just make sure it goes well. We had an evening afterwards where I had lots of friends. I had family come. A lot of the people had come. We had a dinner. I didn't even really enjoy that. I said afterwards. But when I watched it back, when I got home, when I could then sit, I don't think I did go sit. I sat up and watched and saw the feeling I felt. Yeah, it's the feeling of camaraderie. Yeah, it's a feeling that, you know, why when we had the English Defence League, it was so difficult for them to break or to stop, because it was so much fun as well. Yeah, it gave you a real sense of identity. Now that's been lost. And we've matured and we've learned a lot. I learned a lot. Yeah, I know how the police operate. I know with demonstrations. I think I know how to deal with them. I know how to deal with. I think we know how to deal with our own supporters. I understand the anger and frustration in every man out there. Yeah, as I said, in 2009 in Luton, we put balaclavas on and run through the streets because we knew nothing else and we didn't have a voice. We tried to speak to the council. No one would talk to us. Yeah, so I understand all the frustrations. But the argument this time is, we don't need them to talk to us. Yeah, the world's watching us. So now we have to be disciplined. We have to behave. We have to win the hearts and minds of the British public, and we're succeeding in doing that. We love and I think it brought together. You know, there's a lot of people out there that they've made feel alone. Yeah, and like they're crazy. Like, am I the only person thinking this? Yeah. But they're not, because that woke mind virus has infected a lot of people, and even in people's groups of friendships, it's there. Yeah, but then all these people come and saw that they're not alone. Yeah, and they're not, because you are mainstream. The majority of the British public are against open border immigration. The majority of the British public are against sexualisation of children. The majority stand with us. Yeah, but the obviously what we've been up against, and the other thing I smile about is we've been up against. And I say we because every single person that's come on the streets over the years, in small numbers, in large numbers, they've travelled far, they've travelled wide. Remember, you get to hear my story. I get to sit here and moan about what they've done to me. There's so many people. I remember a school teacher. This is going back to the English Defence League. He lost his job. I had a school teacher on the phone to me crying his eyes out. Yeah, crying his eyes out. You don't get to hear about that person. You don't hear about the person who lost their job. You don't hear about the person who fell out with their mum or their dad or their brother or their sister. You don't hear about all these stories. Yeah, but there's so many people in our movement who have gone through each process of that. They've had the heartache, they've lost the jobs, they've struggled, they've been depressed, they've been worried, they've been anxious, they've been fearful. They've gone through all of these. And right now, and at times they've gone like that, and right now it's going like that. And it's going like that because the public are now ready and the public are listening, and they're not alone, and they realise they're not alone. And the 1st of June was, now I look at it, it was the most successful day we've ever had as a movement, as a voice. And it was successful because, and it didn't have to be successful. It's successful because everyone who come and made it a success. Remember,
come for the right reasons.
Come for the right reasons. We could have stood on that stage alone. It wouldn't have been a success. It was a success because of the numbers. It was a success because of the diversity of people there. It was a success because of the behaviour. It was all these things that made it a success. So we can have whatever dreams we want. We can have all these meetings we're having and this vision of things to do. Unless the people watching this get up and come, there's no success. Exactly. Now I believe Saturday will be a huge, resounding success. It's going to be probably the biggest. I keep saying it. This will be the biggest day of my life, the biggest decisions of my life. And where we go after this could be the stepping stone. Just so people understand the amount of people contacting me, the amount of high-ranking people that are contacting me, they're still just here. Yeah?
Tommy, can we? I tell you what, can we come to that a little bit later? Because I've got a couple of questions on that. Cool. One of the things, I mean, look, you know that I come from a slightly different demographic. My followers are slightly perhaps not your usual Tommy followers, and they've come in. And you know, the number one thing that they say to me about you now is that you've matured. You've become almost statesmanlike in the way that you're conducting yourself, in the way that you're dealing with people. And they're so impressed with that. And a lot of them have asked me to thank you for that, because that is what they wanted. They wanted to see you mature. They wanted to see you doing what you're doing now. Your message is now well, it's always been one of peace as far as I'm concerned, but it's easier to follow, if that makes sense. A lot of people are now getting the real Tommy.
Yeah, I'm sober and focused.
Yeah, that helps. So am I as well.
How did I get through that?
No, I'll tell you what. Yeah,
you know what? It's a yeah. Wait, I'm going to mature. I said my children. I'm 41. I've got 3 older kids. But do you know? I think everything we've done, and I say we again because there's so many of us. Everything we've done has brought us to here. Yeah. Yeah. Every negative moment, whether it be sitting in prison, whether it be violent attacks, whether it be threats, whether it be the moments where you sit there, I've sat there thinking, what the hell am I doing? Yeah, where is this going? I've had my family saying it. Where do you actually think this is going? Yeah, and I had those early conversations with mum, dad, all my family, crying their eyes out. My ex-wife's family. Where do you see this going? Now I just want to play in the video from 1st of June. This is where I see it going. And I'm going to show you now on the 27th of July where this is going. Where it's going is we are going to build the resistance. You know, the whole world is being invaded. Every culture is under attack. There is a massive organised attack against us, yeah, and against our identity. And if you love your kids and you look at your children, and if you man up about it and be a man, what are you going to do? Yeah, because we've got to do something. And I'm not saying we want any violent revolution, yeah, but either we stand up now or forever your safety of your daughters is gone. I want my daughters to be safe. I want them to walk down the street freely. I want them to be able to go to London. Yeah, just like people would want their daughters to be able to go to Paris. That's gone in Paris. It's gone already now. Yeah. Paris is, and yeah. So I think that as I said, I've matured and I've learned a lot. I think every mistake you make, you can learn from. Every negative impact, I wouldn't change one of them. People say, "What would you change?" I said, "Nothing." Yeah? Even the things I've done wrong, right? Because I've made decisions. The other point being, which I'm going to talk about this on Saturday, when we make a decision, when I make a decision, when any of you are making decisions, you all know this. It doesn't just affect you. Yeah, as a parent, your decision affects your family. My decision affects my kids. My decision affects my mum. She'll be sitting there on Saturday panicking like hell. All of these decisions affect your family, and now I know I've been right in every one of them. So I know I've been proven right. So and as we go on, every video we've made and every point we've made will age well. Yeah, I don't sit there worrying at all about that. I think no, we're right. We were right 15 years ago. Yeah, everything we've said is going to come into fruition. There's only one answer to this, and I think I sent this to Andrew Tate. Yeah? I was messaging back and forward with him the other day. So you're on the wrong side. Yeah? Let me tell you what's going to happen here. I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen. There's going to be a resurgence of Christianity in Europe. Yeah, Christ is King, and the screams of it, and I'm not right. So this is for the non-believers as well from Christianity. Okay. The Christian culture is what made this country what it was. Yeah. Yeah. We've lost that. A void has been filled. Yeah. You are going to see a resurgence, whether it be, and I saw it when I went to the Polish Independence Day. The march, their Polish Independence Day was called a March for God. And when I went there, I stood at the front and I stood there and I felt all the hairs on the back of my neck stood up. And I watched as all these symbols of Jesus march through the streets. And I watched as hundreds of thousands of them, and the sense of their identity and the passion that they had. Yeah. And I felt jealous and I felt gutted. Yeah. I felt totally gutted because I thought we just do not have this. Yeah. And the reason they have it is because Poland was wiped off the face of the map for 30, 40, how many years? It was gone. Yeah. They've always been outnumbered in war. So when I went to the demonstration, then I looked at Polish history to understand, to think, where does this sense of identity come from that we haven't got? Yeah. Our forefathers had it. We haven't got it. We have not got it. And then on the 1st of June, and I said this to Jordan Peterson in the second part, I said, I felt it. I remember standing there thinking, fuck, man. It was amazing. This energy that I'm feeling, I felt the energy, this buzz. I think I said at the start of the Polish war, I said, can you feel that? I feel power. Yeah. Power, and I looked at all the women and I looked at all the men and the kids, and they all know who they are. And if we all knew who we were, and every one of us, if you go through our DNA, it's in our DNA. Yeah, if we know who we are, it's in every one of your children, especially as British. Not just, I don't like to put other countries down, but it's in us. To fight is in us. Yeah, we've lost that fight. We need to refine it. We need to make sure everyone's aware of it. You need to understand your identity and focus and be ready to sacrifice for it. And through sacrifice comes success. And everyone makes their sacrifices. But I think that I sit quite happy. Say happy, I'm about to get 2 years in jail, but I still sit quite happy in the sense of whatever decisions they keep trying to make. Arrested me on anti-Semitism day, on the anti-Semitism break, boom, blew us up. Whatever they decide to do, this court case is, they couldn't think of anything better for our cause. They think they're putting me on trial. They're putting their own judiciary on trial. Yeah, but it's going to be to the world's eyes. So there's lots. I think we're in a good place. I'm in a good place in the sense that I'm tried and tested on most of these things. I know what I'm doing. Well, I know what I'm doing. I say it may not look like it. I'm not doing it. You saying that to the edge? I know exactly what I'm doing. Right? It's all good. Watch. There's a plan.
We've got a plan now. Yeah, we've got a plan.
That's the main thing. We have a plan. I mean, look, if we don't take this fight up now, our kids have got to do it in the future. So as parents, we got to do it now.
They won't. Here's the thing. They won't be able to. This is the last chance. That's what if you're watching this, right? And you're thinking, do I come on Saturday? This is one of the last days you will have to save your country. And that's not me being over dramatic. That is just the truth. If we don't act now, we're not going to get another chance. This is the big one. And that's a responsibility on you, Tommy. It's a responsibility on Paul. It's a responsibility on me. We've all got a responsibility on us that we can't really put any more feet wrong now. We've got to get all of this right. And I think that's why I think all the discussions and the planning and not rushing into, we were talking about launching things, not rushing into launching anything too soon and getting all the ducks in a row and making sure everything's right. And I mean, can you talk anything about Jordan? Can you talk about Jordan Peterson at all, Steve, about what's...
I don't know. I've got Jordan Peterson part 2 coming up.
Yeah.
Which is great for me. Jordan Peterson's podcast opened me up to a new audience to hear the truth. I've had thousands of messages of support and apologies. And when I saw Jordan a week after that podcast, he said he's had a fabulous response to it. Fabulous. And so I've got a few big things lined up. What the discussion is that, you see the cultural movement we're talking about, and I want Britain to lead that. Yeah, I think we should lead it. We're the best. So Britain should lead everything. Yeah, but I think we should lead it, and other countries should look to us. But that isn't a cultural problem that is our problem. That's just our problem. Yeah, it's the entire West. It's Canada. It's America. It's every country in Europe. We're on about uniting the kingdom, which is what we're going to do on Saturday. We've got a fabulous song that's being released. It's brilliant. Yeah. It's brilliant as well. We've got a fabulous song that's been released called Uniting the Kingdom. And I don't think it's just about uniting the kingdom. And I think the door's open now. Do you know, years ago, I tried this. Years ago, I reached out to other European groups, other influential people. Because of the tarnishing we had, it was very difficult. I haven't had one person who hasn't responded to me recently. And there's some high-ranking people we're talking to, influential people we're talking to, intelligent minds we're talking to. But the most important people in this isn't those intelligent minds and isn't those influential people. The most important people is it starts from the bottom. And it starts from the bottom and goes up. And if you could, and that's where if we involve every single person to bring them in and give them a sense of identity and belief. And at some point, like I still say with the whole ego thing, like at some point, the Nigel Farages of this country, need to realise. They need to look and realise, okay? They need to realise that their bank and their vote bank is us. It's our people, it's us. So stop tarnishing them at the same time. You don't have to agree with everyone on everything, which was what the cultural movement we were talking about, we've had the meetings about, is we don't have to agree on every policy. I don't have to agree with every point you make, Richard, or Paul. None of us have to agree. What we have to agree on is our culture needs defending. Our identity is under attack. Mass immigration is destroying the nation. Sexualization of children must be prevented. There's all of these basic points that are supported by everyone. So if you bring all those supporters, I think I've had 7 high-ranking professional boxers this week. That we're reaching. I've had a massive comedian today in contact. All of them supporting. People contacting saying at the minute I can't, but I want you to know we're with you on this. We're with you. So in fact, none of the boxers said that I can't. They're all up for it, yeah. But other people. So I know that we're bordering on breaking that bubble.
We're on a breakthrough, aren't we? We are on a breakthrough, yeah.
We're on a breakthrough, and if we pull off the 27th, that's why I keep saying to people, don't think about the 27th. Think about beyond the 27th. Yeah.
Well, where are we going after that, Tommy? Where do we go after the 27th? What's your vision?
My vision is that everything's been celebrated. All the things that have been celebrated about degeneracy and anything that attacks the family, everything that made this country. What makes a strong country? A strong family makes a strong country. Strong men make a strong country. Yeah. I think that LGBTQ plus has been celebrated and there's March celebrating it. I think that there should be a total focus on the family and to celebrate the family and to celebrate fatherless homes bring crime. They bring prison for the youth. They bring poverty. All these things. And what do we celebrate? We celebrate abortion. We celebrate all these things that bring us to father. We celebrate the breakup of the family. We celebrate divorce. We celebrate single parents. All of these things which we should be more focused on what Hungary are doing. Other countries have looked at this and other countries are succeeding in it. Encouraging mass money given for marriage. If you get married on your second child, you get another £20,000 and you create a system, which is what our government should be doing, but they're not. Yeah, that's what they should be doing, is encouraging families, encouraging marriage, encouraging families and benefit them financially if they stay together as a family unit, making sure that we focus on the family. So I personally think, which this is just me, because we've been talking today in the group again about what we think beyond, but I think beyond the 27th, there's a lot more people. We could launch on the 27th, yeah, and we could launch and say this is the movement. But I think beyond the 27th, we're going to be sitting down with a lot more people who are going to see, and once we prove ourselves again, that we are the cultural movement of the West. We
can't give too much away at the moment, but there's a lot of exciting things in the line, right? I mean, there's a lot to come.
There's a lot to come, and there's a lot to come. And as I said, for the first time, even when we all had our meeting in London, to get those people together, we're all, I'll be honest, we do this because we're all pretty mental, yeah. Because you wouldn't have done it if you weren't mental, right? So there's certain people, when you get those certain characters who are willing to just go like this, yeah, then they're all different characters, okay? And getting those characters together, I thought may be difficult because so many people have different personalities, but it wasn't. It gelled great. It worked great. Everyone has given great feedback. Everyone is totally on board. I think that we broaden that up again. I think that the launch for the new movement should be after a celebration of family, and everything on the day of that needs to be about the movement, and that's it. It doesn't need to be like this one. I'm talking about me and some of my problems. Other people, I've got guests over from Canada, guests from America. We've got all these different issues we're covering. When we launch our cultural movement, and where, again, I think that maybe we put it to the public, these sorts of questions as well. There's loads going on, but as I said, I keep saying in the group, lads, we're running out of time because I've been focusing. We are literally putting on a concert at an astronomical cost. As the costs have risen, we're sort of in a bit of a catch-22. They've gone up, and it's insane, actually. To be honest, I kept saying, lads, like, this is mental, yeah? But if we pull it off, and people have continually supported when we've asked them to, we're 70, 80% there now, and we'll get there. And if we're not there on the day, we'll bucket collect. But when I say you're hitting nearly £80,000,
yeah, I mean, here's the thing about the money. I mean, this is what I was saying on a couple of videos this week. If you got to a pop concert, right, to see, I don't know, Pink or whoever, whatever you want to go and see, and you're going to be paying 150 quid a ticket, right? You're going to be standing in a room with a whole lot of strangers. The music's probably not going to be that great anyway. So with us, you've got music, you've got speeches, you've got films, you've got everything. You've got comedians. You know, we almost had Right Said Fred, for goodness sake. Do you know what I mean? I mean, so you know, but like, so.
Well, Richard, if you shave the beard, you might still get away with a body double.
I need to get. Well, me and Danny could do the "I'm too sexy for the shirt" thing when we get the end of the
Richard,
gig,
while you're there, I'm just going to throw, guys, if anyone wants to help out with the cost of the weekend, I'm going to throw the link in the chat now. And by the way, there's 53 super chats that I will get around to. All that money will be going to the cost of the weekend as well. Go on, Richard. Sorry, carry on, mate.
No, I was just going to, I mean, what I was going to say was, if you're willing to spend 150 quid or whatever it is to go and see the football every week, like, you know, if you threw in 20, 30, 40 quid, that pays for it. If 10,000 people, you know,
you see the problem we have. The problem we have is our supporters, and I listen to them and have messages on them every day. Our supporters are travelling from far. London's expensive for them to travel to. The left, this is where we differ, but this may change if we end up reaching out to the masses. The left have paid for coaches, subsidised coaches. Their travel. We need to get organised and have coaches from every town and city, because it'll cost people 20 quid a head instead of £100 on trains. So our supporters, when I looked last time in my head, I thought we've managed to get tens of thousands of people to get up, to spend their hard-earned money, probably sacrifice things. They might have been putting that money there for a holiday, but then they're going to London. We've managed them to change their course, to make them take that day, take days off work, leave their family, travel down and come together. And everyone went away. And that's why it was such a great success, knowing that it was worthwhile for those people. It gave them a sense of belief afterwards. I know that from the messages I was getting. It gave them the sense of identity. It gave them the feeling again of coming together. And it showed them that, and it gave them light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah. Because I keep saying, well, at what point are the British public going to wake up? Yeah. Mm-hmm. At what point? We've got momentum now. So let's all, if you're coming, drag your mate, drag your kids, drag your sister, speak to your family, bring one more. I said last time, all of you just go get one more. Go get one more. And it is going to be a long day, but it's going to be a long and enjoyable day. We've broke up the speeches. We've got one band singing, a church band singing 4 songs, beautiful songs. They've got 8 songs if we wanted them to. We haven't got time yet. We've then got a freedom fighter from Canada who's going to sing a song. We've got Kelly, who was here last time. She's singing How They Rule Ya. Remember from outside, from the Leeds case. And then we've got another singer. So we've got all these different singers, video introductions to each one of them, covering an array of topics, and a wonderful expose coming up.
Yeah. Tommy, if I can take you on, I know you're busy, mate. I won't keep you much longer. But if we can go on to the 29th, is there anything that you can say about that or want to say?
Yeah, fuck them. That's it. Right? That's it. So 3 years ago, I was put through the courts and I was bankrupt on a lie. Yeah. And I'm not going to apologise for the lie anymore. It was a lie. Now, I failed my job as a journalist and I failed my job as an activist. Fuck them all. And I failed because my job as a journalist is to expose corruption and give the public the truth. They ended up using a corrupt judge. And I'll tell you what, I've had 2 different legal counts. And let me show you. Let me show you.
By the way, that's the best response I've ever had in any interview I've ever done in my life. If you didn't love this guy before, you do now, right?
That's almost like Trump getting up and going, fight, 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 isn't it, after he got shot in the ear? Do you know what I mean? It's the same sort of thing.
Let me get this up, yeah. Let me get this up. Because I had a meeting last week. Further quote. Where is it? I'm loading up. Come on. Dear. So I had a meeting last week. I had a meeting last week with the King's Council, and the meeting I had, and I'll give you the information. So in my last case where they didn't follow any procedures, yeah, when they give me this report, this what was it called? The order to leave London, yeah, and they fell on their arse because they didn't do anything properly.
Yeah.
Well, I had a meeting with the King's Council. These meetings, this one was £4,000. So I sat down because I've got a friend who's a lawyer. And my friend, I sent him originally something and he said, mate, they haven't even served you an injunction. Yeah. I said, what do you mean? He goes, read their wording. I said, okay. He goes, where was you when you got your injunction? I said, I was sat in my kitchen. Yeah? And I said, because I didn't even read it. Yeah? So I was sat in because I didn't care. Right? I was mental at that time, and this is the honest truth. I had my divorce. If anyone who's seen the film, or when you do see the film, you'll see the whole story. It broke down my marriage. I had to leave my family. I ended up running and leaving the country. But before I left the country, at the end of that case, I put myself into. It was COVID as well. I put myself into a 28-day rehab. Yeah, I was fucked. Yeah, I put myself into a 28-day rehab, and I remember you all get round and sit there, and everyone says, "What do you do?" Like, what? Hi, my name's blah blah blah, and this is why I'm here. I said, "Hi, my name's Stephen, and I'm here for a break, man. I'm here for a break. Yeah, that's what I was there. I said, I need a break. I absolutely need a break. I come out of that 28-day rehabilitation and I went to a martial arts camp for 3 months. And I stayed there because I was thinking, I've got nowhere to live. I'm away from, and for the first time, I've always been with my family. And so this film shows that. And when they give me the injunction, when they give me, my mate said, where was you? I said, I was sat in my kitchen. He goes, how's you sat in your kitchen? I said, he goes, okay. And then what? I said, well, that's it. He goes, well, you've never had an injunction then. He goes, I'm a lawyer. They have to do this, this, and this. So then I asked him, but he's a civil lawyer. So I said, okay. So I had a meeting last week with the King's Counsel to get his opinion on it. And his opinion was, you haven't had an injunction. So they're asking to prosecute you for contempt. And so people understand, I face contempt proceedings and the person charging me as the Attorney General is the government. This is for a film that was leaked in America 2 years ago. So why now? 2 years ago. Yeah? I made the film 5 years ago. Yeah? 2 years ago. Now, why now? We know why now because of what's happening. Yeah. So then they think, right, whack him in jail. And the reason they think, right, whack him in jail, it's a done case. I think it's a done case. The Attorney General, there's no police prosecuting me. The claimant in the case, the Syrian refugee, doesn't want me prosecuted. His lawyers aren't asking for me to be prosecuted. So I'm being prosecuted by the government. So the government are prosecuting me. And where I failed, let me just show you. Following on from our conference with council on Friday, it was agreed that Alistair, William Casey and Patrick will look into the appealing of Stephen's civil injunction on the basis of the bias of the ruling of the civil judge. I now have received 2 quotes. So basically, Justice Nicklin fell out of his dad. So I'm not just going to go into, I don't care about your shitty injunction, in all honesty. Yeah, I don't care, because your injunction was to prohibit the truth and prohibit the public from hearing it. That's all it was about. Yeah, that's all it was about. So, and this story is far bigger than me. This is about the politicisation, the weaponisation of the judiciary being used. Katie Hopkins had her house seized. Before this case, I rang Katie Hopkins when they first started legal proceedings against me. I said, Katie, I said, I've got the evidence. Yeah. She goes, Tommy, I'm telling you, it doesn't matter, babe. It does not matter. She goes, you know what they've done to me? They hit her in the divorce. They hit her in legal proceedings. They sued her. They ruled against her. Her new husband had savings from his previous marriage. They took that. They took everything. She said, it doesn't matter what the law says. And she warned me this at the start. I said, I can't do it. She goes, I'm telling you, just apologise. I said, I fucking can't do it. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry at all for telling the truth. And I've got the evidence. So I told the truth. And when I went to court and produced all the evidence, what they do? They give you an order, a gagging order, preventing the public from seeing it. And when I say I failed because I should have just walked out of court and played the film. That's what I should have done. But I didn't because I was scared. I was scared of prison again for 2 years of solitary confinement will damage you. I was scared of the gangs in jail. I'm the biggest target there is. I was scared of the effect it has on my kids, the effect it has on my family. So, and it ate me up for the last 3 years. It's ate me up till this day. It's ate me up because what they done, when they said I lied to the public, they said that the children lied. One of these children was a young girl, Charlie, who was studying law at the time. She dropped out of her law course, man. Right? She was an A-grade student. When we went to court, so she got beat up with a hockey stick by the Syrian kid. When we went to court, she said, I got her school records. She's the only pupil in her whole school who didn't have one negative. Yeah. So we went through, I said, you're the only pupil with no negatives. She got 11 A grades. And then she's studying law. So when we went through the case, I fought a legal argument. So I had to defend myself. I spent £100,000 first of all. I had no more money, so I defended myself. And I said, so I asked the judge, Justice Nicklin, to please give the children anonymity. Let them give testimony, but don't name them, because you're going to name them, associating them with me. Yeah, it's not fair on them, right? So then the judge ruled they have to be named. So I sat all the kids down, 5 kids. Yeah, 5 kids come to court who I don't know, right? Brave kids. And when they got up on the dock, I said, why have you come here? Because my mum and dad told me the truth matters. My mum and dad told me. So I've got these kids sat with me and I felt a massive sense. I still feel a massive sense of regret for them, yeah? So I've got these kids there. But they've all come down. Brave kids. Brave. They're coming to be grilled by fucking barristers and King's counsels on school incidents to do with a Syrian refugee against Tommy Robinson. I don't know these kids, yeah? So they've come down and then I said, so when they said you've got to be named, I said, I don't want you to give evidence. I don't want you to give evidence. Yeah, because if you give evidence, forever your name's associated next to me. Google her name, brings me up. Yeah, doesn't just bring me up now. It says that she lied. The bastard of a judge said that she lied. She gave evidence. She was hit with a hockey stick. Grade A student, never lied in her life. No disciplinary. A witness, a boy in her class saw it. He gave evidence. Yeah, he said that the judge's testimony says sometimes people just lie. They don't need a reason to lie. They just lie. That's the biggest intellectual mind in our country, and that's what you said. Do you know that girl dropped out of her college course? That girl went on to medicate. That girl went on to become unwell. It pisses me off. This whole case has ate me up for 3 bloody years because their entire case was a lie. And it weren't, and it's not like, all right, you want to tell people I lied, but to tell, in order for you to do that, and do you know what the judge done? So because it was COVID, you had to give the names of who's coming to court. Yeah. So these kids come down, they testified. Another girl testified. He hit her and spat at her. Yeah, another girl. Right. I remember they ruled against me for defamation because I said he threatened to stab someone. The school records show he did stab someone. The school records show he got caught with a knife and screwdriver. How can I be committing defamation against someone by saying he threatened to? It's impossible to rule against me. The records say it. The teacher uses the word stabbed. I went and got covert recordings from the boy he stabbed. He stabbed 5 people that day. Yeah, but then because they portrayed all this as a total bullshit, they then had to say I lied. Yeah, but then to get around it, they put this gagging order in. But all these kids come, they all give evidence, and then we had for the verdict, we had to list who's coming to court. Well, all the kids and their families were coming back to court. Yeah, so we listed them all. Justice Nickling cancelled the case, said he wasn't well. Then done a video link because he wouldn't face the families. He knows what he's done. Yeah, he's lying about those kids. What? And if they were committing perjury, charge them then. But he knew they weren't committing perjury. 5 children coming, not just 5 children. The covert recordings I gathered on 7 teachers. Like one teacher said he come down to beat another girl up. It's not me saying it. And the mad thing is, what they prosecuted me for. The girl who said he beat her up with a hockey stick had said that before my involvement in the case, before I ever reported anything. Another girl's mum says he beat her daughter up, yeah, before I was involved. So how are these people haven't lied for me? They've all just gone out and said what's happened. And then the mother, so basically the whole case against me was that the woman who put a statement out saying Jamal beat her daughter up, she put a retraction statement out. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen the film, Paul. She puts a retraction statement out. I then knock on her door. Say, what's going on? She said, Tommy, they threatened to rape us. So again, the judge has seen this. I give that footage to the judge and say, she told the truth. They threatened to rape her, so she put out a retraction. It's still the fucking truth. It's still the truth. And so when the judge ruled against me, he ruined the lives he of those children. And do you know what's more gutting? They done the right thing. Do you know, there was other children whose houses I went to. They could have been 15 kids. There was other children whose mum and dad were too scared to let them go to court, which I understood. So I put no pressure on any of them. Yeah? I said, look, I get it, which is why I covertly recorded, so I could use it anyway in court and say, there you go. But one other kid, and he said, he said all that basically every time he saw the Syrian boy used to attack him every time in the toilet because he was little. So he didn't tap my bigger mates, but he'd attack me every day. Yeah? So, but then when I spoke to his mum, then the boy ran me up all upset, saying my mum and dad are too scared. I said, that's fine. Yeah. But these kids were scared and they still come to the High Court of London. They testified in difficult circumstances on a difficult case. And the judge, and then so basically, get back to where I was at. People asking the legal issues. I don't really care about what gagging order they had, if I'm in all honesty. I should never have, and the thing is, I have abided by it. I've never shared the film, yeah, but I should have shared the film. And it ate me up for 3 years. I should never have let them silence me, right? And I should never have let them deceive you either. Because that's what they've done with this whole entire case, start to finish, was about deceiving the public. Now, so I've got 2 options, and this is, I've now received a quote for the following. Patrick anticipates 8, listen to this. We've got the wrong job, lads. Patrick anticipates 8 hours work for the next stage. Alistair believes it'll be 2. Therefore, the resulting fees are 2,800 plus VAT for Patrick and 1,200 plus VAT. So £5,000. But this is then, I've got 2 things I'm going to do. A, I'm appealing their their whole thing under new grounds of new evidence. The new evidence being that Justice Nicklin fell out of his dad about me before the case. Fact. That's a fact. Justice Nicklin's father, joined For Britain political party. He was an activist for that party when I was in it. Yeah. His dad was a supporter of me and my politics. They had a big fallout. They stopped talking. Then he sits on my trial. He should have excused himself and he didn't. Yeah. So that is enough for me to launch an appeal and ask to have the conviction stayed. I don't have much confidence in this, but at least now I know we can fight. We can fight you on those grounds. The other grounds I can fight on, you never get me an injunction. And we've actually found previous cases of Justice Nicklin who emailed the injunction, apparently. Yeah. Well, in his own cases, he says email doesn't constitute service. Email doesn't constitute service. So you're trying to do me, and I've got, which I don't realise. Well, I don't know if I should say that. But I'm not gonna. If they think I'm going into this quietly, I'm not. The entire globe's going to know about this film. The entire world is going to know. So if it's like they think they're putting me on trial. It's like, no, I'm putting you on trial.
They're putting themselves on trial.
I'm putting you on trial. Yeah, you're going on trial to the world. Your judiciary's going on trial. The trust in your judiciary is going on trial, not me. Yeah. By the end of this, anyone who watches the film, which they're going to make the world watch it, anyone who watches the film is going to see my only crime, reporting the truth. My only crime, not backing down to them. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Bailey, the young English kid, Jordan Peterson's asked to have the kids on and talk to the kids. I hope the little girl, Charlie, will talk to him. Yeah. It's destroyed her life. I know it has. And Bailey, it's ruined him as a kid. My son now.
Tommy, can I jump in there? You know, a lot of people say to me, because I'm new to this, right? You're new to me. I mean, you and Richard have been friends for years, but I'm new to all this. And a lot of people have said to me, Paul, what's Tommy really like? And do you know what? What you're displaying here tonight is what I've seen of you privately. You're more worried about the kids than you are yourself. You could potentially be going to jail for 2 years, but every time we speak, the only thing that's on your mind, the thing that matters to you most is those children. And that says everything to me.
You know, so Bailey was 15. My son's 15 now. Bailey was 15. When you see what they've done to him, I couldn't even imagine now how my son would deal with this. Yeah, the threats, the violence, the comments, having to leave your home. I went up, and when I met that family, I went up there, and this ain't in the film. Yeah, I went up there a week after the incident. They were hiding in a hotel. Yeah, the mum had spent her Christmas money. She's crying. I spent my Christmas money, Tommy. I don't know where are we going to live? What are we going to do? And I said at the time, right, I'll come back tomorrow. Stay in this hotel. I'll go get a van. Me and Kev Carroll got a van. And you come live with me, yeah, until you get yourself sorted. So I'll bring you down. I've got a safe place. You come to mine, yeah. She had 2 9-year-old sisters and Bailey. So I'll bring them down. Bailey lived for 3 years, yeah. But I bring them down. The little girls are there, and they're out of education for 6 months. Do you know the only time? So we're going backwards and forward, but I said, at least you're safe. And Bailey barricaded himself inside a room Christmas Eve, tried to kill himself. Yeah. Bailey blamed himself for the upheaval of his family's life. The young girls, one of the young girls, it was fucking drastic. And I'm looking at all this fallout. I'm thinking, you bastards, you total bastards. This was all on a lie. And while this is going on to this English family, the Syrian refugee got 180 grand donated. He's in Parliament. He's in Parliament. These kids, this family have been made refugees in their own town, in their own country, and then they're down here. And then in the end, I said, give me the phone. Went to the mum because she was trying to deal with it all. So I said, and then when they realised the 9-year-olds, the 2 sisters, were in my house, they then jumped into action after 6 months. Yeah? Because they were at fear of the children being radicalised by me. I'm fucking not joking. I'm not joking. So then they got them a house. Then they got them to somewhere. But for 6 months, they done nothing. Their girls weren't even in education. They missed 6 months out of school. Bailey didn't get to finish his GCSEs, come out of school with nothing. Clever, nice kid, lost everything. And then, so he stayed with me for 3 years. And Joe, when he stayed with me until this, and when this court case finished and I lost, and I've got him messaging me like all upset every day when the court case is going on and when I lost. And I said, Bailey, it's not your fault. I'll do it again. I don't feel anything towards you for it, bruv. Yeah, you're just a child, my son's age, just a kid. I have no negative feelings towards you. He's a really do you know what? He had a tough upbringing, a rough upbringing, a lot of problems in home, and you couldn't meet a nicer little kid. He'll fight any bloke. Yeah, he had that, which is why he stood up to the Syrian. He'd stand and have a go with anyone. The most polite, lovely kid, man. And so he stayed for 3 years. I got him a job with my friend. He used to come to the gym with me every day. I used to pick him up. And he says, at Christmas, he come with us. And then when I lost my court case, I obviously went into 28-day rehab. And then I disappeared to Tenerife for 3 months. And I haven't been back in England since. And at that point, he had to go back up to where he's from. And he messaged me all the time. So I can't cope here. I'm struggling here. I had a life there. So all the negative effects of he'd be now, what's it been, another 2 years? He'd be qualified now because he was doing an apprenticeship. He'd do an apprenticeship.
Well, do you know the other thing about that is, see, if you hadn't have actually done what you'd done, his life would have been worse because
where would he have been?
Well, he was been slandered by
everyone.
I'm not going to name them on the channel, but by massive media personalities saying he deserves severe retribution.
He's a 15-year-old child.
Yeah, severe retribution.
Vile.
But all these knock-on effects were from that court case. So even my divorce, all of this come from this story. And to be honest, I think it's the best piece of citizen journalism. The investigation we done, the proof we got, is the best work I've ever done. And they managed to shelf it, which again I struggled with for years, and it ate me up.
It's an amazing film.
I usually just walk around that. But I was terrified of the prison sentence, man. I was thinking, I can't do it, not again, not another 2 years, and I can't do it to the kids. That's what I kept thinking. I can't do it to the kids, man. Yeah. But I'm at the stage now where they're doing me anyway. Yeah, they're doing me anyway.
Tommy, we got a massive day coming up, Saturday. Look, I'm going to let you go in a minute, mate, because we got. I'm going to keep Richard on. It's the quietest I've ever known him in my life. So I'm going to keep Richard on. We're going to go.
Can talk more than me, and he's sitting in that chair just over there, man. You know what I mean? It's just there's no competition. It's not going to happen.
Richard and I are going to go through all the super chats, but we're going to let you go before we do that, mate. Yeah, drive you up the wall. But look, mate, before you.
And pardon me? We're going to have a great day, Paul, man.
Oh, it's going to be brilliant.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, I think that's the thing. If we finish on a positive, because the reality is we are, I think we're changing history. We're winning. We're changing history.
Send me a jowl. We still win.
We're winning. We're winning.
Yeah. You will galvanise our movement like nothing before. I'm a bit jealous. Send me a jowl. You see this demonstration Saturday. You're going to double and treble the numbers. Yeah? So you make sure you plan them right.
Oh, but you better believe it. We'll do them right. Don't you worry about that.
And before you go, I've got a message from the viewers, really. I mean, it's from me, but I know it's from the viewers. Tommy, I just want to say that you are not only an inspirational man, you're an inspirational father, and you're an inspirational leader. And I'm proud to be associated with you, brother. Good luck.
Cheers,
yeah, and I think the thing is that's the thing. You know, people say that that you don't need leaders. We do need leaders, and I think more than ever, you've grown into a leader in the past since I've known you. Just grown and grown and grown.
Richard. Men like this don't come along very often.
No.
That's all I'll say. Men like this, we're lucky to have him. Tommy, God bless you. I look forward to seeing you Saturday.
Come on, man.
Saturday, brother.
The biggest question about Saturday is where are we getting from English? That's the main thing. That's one of my main points.
There's only one. Listen, there's only one place. We've got to go in that cafe that we're in when you got nicked.
I was in there this morning.
I was in there last Friday.
It's not good enough. It's not good enough.
Shit,
right,
see you later, Tommy. God bless you, mate.
Right,
see you later. Bye-bye. There you go, Richard. What a lad. He's such a top boy, anyway. Hey, I mean, you can't help but love him, can you?
The bottom line is do you know what? Live streams with Tommy are really easy.
Oh, mate, listen, but the man's got.
Have you ever seen me sit there so quiet? You know, you don't want to interrupt because you know it's just superb, absolutely superb. And I mean,
right, yeah, Richard. Before we go any further, because otherwise we're going to be here till midnight, right? Me and you. But we've had lots of super chats in tonight, 81 to be precise. Now, all the money that comes through from those will be donated to the thing at the weekend. Let's just get through. Let's get through them, mate. So we've got a new member, Painting Dreams Gallery, the listener, a new member, Michael King's a new member, Paul Grundy's a new member, Veach, Ian Gillen, Sharon Reynolds, Yorkie, thank you very much. Killer Kriegs, man, cup of tea for the lads. And Biscuits again, thank you. Reform's a new member. Cy Harris, evening lads. Curse 10, hope your day goes well, thank you. CCFC, thank you. Here's some funds for the 27th, can't make it as I'm working, thank you, Killer Kriegs, man. Jesse West, your sacrifices and efforts will never be in vain, Tommy boy. Thank you for everything you do, Mush. Everyone here is proud of you. David Dobney, come on Saturday. Matt Dunk. Do you want to read some out, Richard?
Oh, well, I've got my glasses on. Right, okay. So, Matt Dunk, stand always with you, gentlemen, feeling defeated with everything, but feel safe knowing people like yourselves are here in this age we live in. God bless our history and the ideas of this great country. Matt, that's exactly the sentiment we want people to have. And like I said when we're on last night we're on, Paul?
Yeah.
Man, so the thing is, those sort of sentiments encourage us. So it's not just about you being encouraged by us, but you encourage us as well. So it's brilliant.
Absolutely.
Brits standing together for what is right, 100%, Jane. That's exactly what we're doing. And we are. The thing is, Paul, we are right. Tommy said it. I know for a fact that we're on the right side of history. And
100%. 100%.
But the thing is, here's the thing, though, Paul. For us, for history to judge us well and say they were on the right side of history, we've got to win. We cannot back down. We can't stop. This is what we will do for the rest of our lives. We have got to keep going until we win or we die. And I don't mean that in a sense of, well, maybe I do, but we've got to keep going. We've got to be like Trump, fight. Right. There you go. I didn't talk for now. I'm just getting it all out there.
Yeah, I'm in trouble now. Reform UK gifted 10 memberships. Thank you very much. Some, sadly, I'm not well enough, sadly, so I've donated £200 to the cause. Over the past few weeks. Absolutely magic. Thank you so much. Richard, Super Tommy, Selena, Chester gifted a membership. Thank you, Selena. Bruno was working in Wembley Civic Centre day after day. Majority of people asking for housing help were not British.
Yep.
And so many could not speak English. Sussex Girl is a new member. Richard, this one's for you.
Can't make it to London for financial reasons, but I'll be watching the live streams. Well, Paul, look, at the end of the day, if you can't, that's what it's about. Watch them, share them, get the message out there. Not everyone can get it. We needed to make the nationwide. Listen, right. We will do that, right? As this grows, give us time. We're finding our feet. This is brand new. Okay, we've been doing it. We've been doing different manifestations of the movement for the past 10 years or whatever. But what we're doing at the minute is building something completely new and completely different. So we've got to find our feet. It's got to be in London at the minute, because at the end of the day, and London is ridiculously expensive. I get all that, but at the end of the day,
we will be moving those. We will be moving.
Yeah.
Anne Williams, thank you very much. Reform £50 stickers. Thank you very much.
Brilliant.
Calls, guys. Just so that you know, what happens is when this money is donated, I then send it off to Urban Scoop, and then I send Richard a copy of what I've sent, so he knows that it's all gone through. Alan Russell. For my name badge, Paul. Thanks for my badge, Paul. Thanks for replying to my email. See you all on Saturday. Joyce, £10. Thank you very much. Adam, Kojak, how you doing?
Good to see you again, Adam.
Hi all. I'm not going to be able to come Saturday, but we'll hopefully be able to watch it. Thank you for everything you're doing, Maria. Thank you, Maria. Richard, you have a go. There you go. M. Montgomery,
£5. As Churchill said, if you're going through hell, keep going. We're the majority and we have the spirit. Thanks for inspiring the fight back. Yeah, we listen. We are going to win. We are going to win. It's as simple as that. I can't make it. I'm homeless with my dog. Oh, okay.
Man, and you send $1.99 to the calls.
Yeah,
I mean, look, you know what? Top guy.
Yeah, well done, Lee.
Martin, thank you very much. Warhawk, thank you.
Have a beer, coffee, teas on me, lads. Brilliant. Well, it's good. It's going to the cause anyway. And I like the photograph on there, the old Trump photograph. Man.
Thank you, Nick. Anglo-Saxon historical white. I'm further right than you guys. I've come to respect you, lads. You're doing Christian God's work. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Go on, mate. We'll take it in turns.
Is there an end time to the event? Traveling up from Cornwall alone and need to be heading back early evening. Yeah. Okay. Should be 5 o'clock. If we have to run over because there's that much going on, there's that many speakers. If it runs over, then it'll be maybe 5:30, but it won't be going on any past 5:30. I couldn't foresee that. We've got to get out there and basically let the guys that are doing the rigging and all the rest of it and the police get home and get the tea.
Yeah, Gerard, thank you very much. Add me for Saturday. One for you, Richard. We'll take it in turns.
I'm coming as long as Secret Service Directory Kimberly Cheap is now secure. Well, no, she's not. She's been sacked. She's been sacked by even Biden sacked her for goodness sake, and she wouldn't make it on our security team.
We need all of those events in all 4 nations.
I agree.
True Patriots. Thank you.
It will happen. It will happen. This is well, the best way to help it grow is to share these videos, share everything that we're doing, get everybody watching it. It's the best way to do it.
Andrew Doll, well done, guys. You are all true knights of the realm. Thank you so much.
Will there be a speech from Bob of Speaker's Corner? I'm not sure whether Bob's coming or not. I don't know. Do you know what? I was told the speakers list this morning and I've forgotten apart from me.
Bruno, how can we stop so many mosques being allowed to be built?
Well, you can. There was a guy, Gavin Bobby, Mosque Buster, did a lot of work on that. He did a great job. I don't know what's happened to him, but you can stop them being built. He was very successful at it. He was I think he was a solicitor and he did very well.
Mark Bowman says Hitler didn't beat us. Radical Islam definitely won't.
Absolutely. Let's have a great day, people. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic day.
Thank you, Sharon.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic.
Thank you, Carl.
Thank Carl.
The soldiers of Christ.
Do we know a rough amount of people showing? No, we don't. I mean, do you know what? The issue is with these things, you go, last time I think we had 30,000. We could have 30,000. We could have 60,000. We could have 100,000. We just don't know.
We don't know yet.
Labour Party, do you think? I don't think so. And look, I'll be honest with you. I don't trust the Metropolitan Police. And I think we've had good cause not to trust them. But I think we've got a team that we can work with. Do I fully trust them? No. Do they fully trust us? Probably not. But I think we can work with these guys, and that's what we're going to try. We worked very well with the team last time, and the team's slightly different. Some of them are the same. Let's just wait and see what happens. But I'm confident that we will be able to keep. If we keep our discipline as a people, as a body of people, and nobody acts up, well, then it doesn't really matter what anybody else does. It doesn't matter what the police do. It doesn't matter what the left do if they do show up, because we'll keep our discipline. And if we behave properly and don't retaliate to any provocation, everything will be fine. And that's
Sarah. Sorry, mate. Sarah, thank you very much. Kim, thank you very much. Paul D, super sticker. You can have this one, Richard.
That's a long one, mate.
That's why I'm giving it to you.
I know, mate. I know. My mum is 86, and she's so proud that I was there on the 1st of June, and that I'm there again Saturday with my girlfriend and the grown-up kids. Well, do you know what, Jay? We're proud of you as well, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. Well done, Jay. Bruce Sharp, thank you. William Wallace. Where does the meetup start?
Okay, right. Where's the meetup start? The meetup starts at the Royal Courts of Justice, which is at the bottom end of Fleet Street, bottom end of the Strand. If you Google it, Royal Courts of Justice, London, it's near St. Paul's. The nearest tube station is Temple. The nearest train station is City Thameslink. And also you're near Blackfriars Station as well. So what you need to do is find out how to get a train to City Thameslink. And I think it's St. Pancras is the station that feeds into City Thameslink. So if you can get to St. Pancras, you can get a train to there. If you're south of the river, get yourself to Blackfriars Station, and then you can walk in very, very easily. What we want is everybody to the east side of the Royal Courts of Justice, coming in up Fleet Street, up the Strand, and backfilling from where the Royal Courts of Justice is, where the zebra crossing is, backfilling down that road. That's what we want to do on that. And yeah.
Mazza, lads, I'm sorry I can't be there, but I hope this can help towards the event. Good luck and thank you for all that you do. Pat Cal, good luck for Saturday, lads. Mr. Bam, God bless you too. Rasta Corbella, thank you. Defender 1968. Hi, Paul. I might be getting mixed up, but hasn't Richard let himself go since he played Mr. Humphries?
Put a bit of weight on. Put a bit of weight. No, that was my dad. My dad, John Inman. He was that was my dad. You know,
mate. Yeah, this one for you, Richard. It's a long one. Okay. Andy, yeah.
Looking forward to Saturday. Last time was so emotional yet comforting to be with so many Patriots. Thank you, Tommy, for keeping the light on at the end of a very dark tunnel. Thank you to you all. You are hope and a little love heart. Andy, 100%. Listen.
Thank you, Andy.
You know, every single person that's coming is valued and appreciated. Proud to see we're fighting back our identity. Tommy, our Disciple of Christ 2CTV, proud of you all. We're ready for the rise. Christ is King. Brilliant.
Thank you very much for that. Knight and King, thank you. Carol Ray, good luck forever. Well done, guys. Reform UK super sticker, thank you. David, God bless Tommy, all behind you for the 29th, mate. See you all Saturday. Just to let you know, if you haven't already done so, please make sure that you upvote the stream. Make sure you subscribe, and every single super chat that's come through tonight will be going towards the cost of the weekend. Christine Richardson, I am concerned about all the left wing that plan to counter protest on the 27th. I expect them to cause trouble and do everything they can to provoke us. You know what, Richard? I'm not bothered about them at all. I think the police will do their job. We probably won't even see them.
No, I think what we've got to do is we've got to not give them the publicity that they want, because they're like a clanging bell. They always make a lot of noise and produce very little. We spoke to the police about it today, because obviously been a lot on social media and a lot of people saying all sorts of things. The police seem very confident that they can police it. The police told us very clearly that they don't expect, they expect a couple of hundred max. Do you know what I mean? They're not expecting tens of thousands of people to turn up. Now, if we've been sold a pup, we'll deal with that on the day. But again, it gets back to what we were saying earlier, Paul. If we keep our discipline and we stay calm, we've got some great stewards, we've got some great security coming. We'll all muck in. We'll all do what we have to do to keep everything calm. And look, we've all been in those situations on demos in the past where we've calmed the situation down, and we've basically done the police's job for them. That's happened in countless demos, and we'll do that again, Paul, if we have to. But I don't see it being like that, because it's a different sort of vibe. It's a different sort of circumstance, and I think we've got to totally show them for what they are. And
yeah. Exactly. Martin W. Hi, Tommy. I purchased your brilliant book, Enemy of the State. I never get celebrities' autographs. That's not interested. What I would like is a hero's autograph in Enemy of the State book for the 27th. Nina Vanava. Thank you very much, Nina. Come on, people. Put your hands in your pocket and help love these guys who's fighting to get our country back. Even a pound, it would help. This is a donation. God bless you all. Nina, thank you so much. Nina, you're very generous. Please don't overstretch yourself, though, darling, because you're always sending us money. But thank you. We appreciate it. The soldiers of Christ, we need to stay on the streets. No taxes, 27th. Tiger Singh, the majority of Sikhs respect you, Tommy. Ignore the lefty Mong Narinda. She's embarrassing.
You better believe it, man.
Thanks for always looking out for us. Much love, brother. Big love to the Sikhs. There's going to be a lot of Sikhs here, I think, Sadie. Carol Ray, thank you. Harry Monk, £5.
Incidentally, I mean, one of Tommy's best mates is a Sikh lad. I'll not say his name, but again, it's. I think Narinda needs to give a head a wobble, doesn't she?
David Crosby, Tommy's new chant, fight, fight, fight. Tony, thank you so much. Midnight, wow, look at this. My contribution to the cause on the 27th. We need our country back. Love to the UK and Ireland. Thank you so much for that. Look, as I said, every penny that we make tonight will go to the cost. Carol Ray, you're a very brave and kind man. Tell me our new Churchill. Same birthday, I think. Richard, there you go. I'll let you take a couple.
Okay. Juliet Ashmore, £5. I think it's too late, so saving to get out. But thanks, you guys. Listen, well, I'm going nowhere. I'm going to fight until my last drop of blood. So but thanks for the super chat anyway. Having the fiver, fellas, great watch.
Emma's a new member. Darren's a new member. Pradeep Singh. I can't come on the 27th because of my job, but I will fund to the link you provided. My prayers are all with you, all you patriots. Meet you personally soon. Love to you, Pradeep. Thank you very much. One for you, Richard.
Tommy, Paul and Richard and everyone else involved, thank you so much for all you're doing for the people of the UK. We will see you Saturday, Mick and Danny from near Leicester. Well, look, it's going to be great to see you, Mick. And, you know, it's going to be worth coming. It's going to be absolutely fantastic.
Nully Secundus, wow, 100 quid. Look, Paul, Facebook PM me one day. We are friends, mate. Do you know what? I've got to apologise. I never look at me Facebook because I just simply don't have the time. But if you need to get in touch, email me through the channel. You will be able to get hold of me. Natty B. King, super sticker. Joe, thank you. Look, look, this is unbelievable. Fred Vinner became a member. Michael's a new member. Mick Pierce, see you on Saturday. It's going to be a great day again. Tate and Les, thank you. Elvis, thank you, Elvis. Chops, a new member. Sharon, thank you. Jazza, brilliant interview with Tommy Paul. Best of British on the 27th, chaps. Godspeed to you all. Reform gifted 20 members, 20 memberships. Thank you. Steve Mack, Milk and Honey Ministries. You shall know the truth and the truth shall set you free. See you Saturday, lads. Firecracker, thank you. Little donation from Sick of It from me and the wife. She can't make it, but I'll be there Saturday. Thanks for all you are doing. One for you, Richard.
Yeah, great start for the Olympics. 25-year-old Australian lady gang assaulted by 5 men. Yeah, heard about that. Thought to be illegal. I mean, this is the thing. You know, Paris, I went to Paris for my honeymoon. You know, to be honest, I didn't think it was a great city, to be honest with you. But, you know, it was safe and it was clean-ish. And there wasn't any of this stuff going on that I could see. And that was in 1988. And how much has changed? You know, how much that city's changed. It's gone.
Where hasn't? Linda Breeze, love to you all. Sheila, Glenn, thank you. Sue B, Tommy is a real life superhero. Many are waking up to the lies now, holding him in my heart and prayers. I think we all are.
We need that. We need a lot of prayer.
Stephen, thank you. Betty Boo, can't wait for Saturday. Going to shaft my toe of Tommy Robinson. Unbelievable. Look at that. Wow. I'll tell you what, you don't want a toe of me and Richard. I know that.
No. No, well, listen, it'd have to be a very large lady that'd have a tattoo of me on her body.
Big up, Patriots, mark my rock. I know there's a dolphin somewhere with a Richard Dinman toe on its bum.
That's the sea swimming. You know, those dolphins would know not to get too close to me when I'm in the water, mate. I'm telling you.
Bakara Amuri, how are you, mate? How you doing? Mega, make England great again. See you Saturday. Bakara.
Yeah.
Baraka, I'm looking forward to seeing you Saturday, my brother. Yeah. I watched your video earlier on.
Yeah, I saw him on a video. Yeah, brilliant.
We need you guys. We need more guys like you because you are so important to this movement. Yeah. I really mean that because this is not about race. This is about red, white, and blue in your heart.
Get on this channel, brother. Get on this channel.
Much love and respect.
Can we get him on, Paul?
Yeah, absolutely. He's more than welcome. I'm going to see him Saturday. He's going to come and say hello.
Okay, good.
Hunger, like, and hamster. It's our time. W. Cartis, thank you very much. I'm probably mispronouncing a lot of these. Raven, love to you all. I can read this one. Steve S. Thank you, Steve. Stephen Kenyon, what time does the event officially end? As I need to get back for work the next day, 10 a.m. Yeah, we've already been through that one.
About 5:30. Probably about 5:30. 5:30.
Rolled in a raw. I'm there with family. See you there.
Brilliant.
Jay Todd, thank you. Kevin Jones, see you on Saturday. Webed, thank you. Steve again. Unite UK 2707. Darren Hay, well done, guys. You have a great day. Saturday, we'll be watching from Portugal. Tony Ball is a new member. Rosemary Charles, I cannot go on the 27th. I'm disabled. I will be praying and have already sent prayers up. Don't ever forget Jesus Christ is our Lord.
Amen, Rosemary. Listen,
and he never fails.
We need your prayers and we appreciate them. Yeah,
Rosemary, you will be there with us in our hearts. I promise you. Yeah. Haley, looking forward to Saturday. Stand strong. Mark, thank you so much, Mark. Wow. KM, love to everyone. See you on the 27th. Right, Richard, we have finally got to the bottom of that, I think. Let me just double check. So no more super chats now, guys, because we're going to be bringing the show to an end very shortly. There's about 5,000 messages, Richard, regular messages as well. Guys, we're not ignoring you. We thank you for every single message. Richard, I'm up in London tomorrow on one or two little missions. I'll report back when I get back in the evening. Tomorrow night, we have Danny Tomo joining us live for what will be another very, very interesting live stream, I'm sure.
And again, we don't need to do – you get Danny on, you don't need to do much talking. That lad can talk. Do you know what I mean? So we'll just let him rip. Just wind him up and let him rip. Same as Tommy. You know what I mean?
Hold on. There, I found some more super chats. David Lilly, never mind the bollocks. We the Patriots.
Great album. Great album.
Do get Dono Chat or Streamlads. I hate giving YouTube out. I understand. Yeah. Keith Grant, the entire child gang and our gang needs to be stopped. Agreed.
Yeah, of course.
Chop, well done. Well on. Thank you very much. Right, guys. Let's have a look. Is there any more? Steve, thank you. What they're actually doing is they're coming in a little bit delayed. So, guys, no more supers, please. I don't want you to send me any supers and we don't get to read them out. Richard, you looking forward to Saturday?
Oh, man. I mean, I honestly think this is the 1st of June was historic. And I think this is historic as well. I'll just read that one. James Bond says on Saturday, you can all be James Bond, only drink vodka martini, shake not stirred, and take care of the Bond girls. Bond for politely. That's what we want. We want James Bond all over it on Saturday. I am looking forward to it, Paul. I mean, I think all the work that I needed to get done is now done. I've got all the organisation done that I can do, I think. The police liaison thing was a big one to tick off today because we now know exactly what their plans are and what the sort of the minuscule counter demo that's going to turn up will be. So I think we've got a good plan, and there's like Tommy was saying. I mean, there's an absolutely incredible lineup of entertainment even for people that are coming. So on the march we've got a lone piper from Belfast. I met him this evening, giving his boarding passes and all the rest of it. Great lad. He is the best piper in Northern Ireland. Like that's what we've got at this event. He is, and him playing laments going up that road, and that's where I think we almost need to. You can't insist on people being quiet, but if we had moments of silence where all you hear is the piper with thousands of people marching silently behind, that'd be
very, very, very powerful.
Very powerful.
Very powerful.
So we got that. We get to the staging area. We've got a massive. You've got the setup there for a serious pop concert. That's what you've basically got. Do you know what, mate? As well, there'll be people that are coming Saturday because to me, the biggest thing that I'm looking forward to Saturday is that feeling of togetherness. And if you're coming on your own Saturday, let me assure you, just introduce yourself to the people next to you, and you won't be on your own for very long. I'll tell you that now. I can't wait. I'm so looking forward to it. One last appeal tonight, please. If you can make it Saturday, please do so. It's so important. And I can't wait, mate. We're going to meet up Friday. Our weekend starts on Friday. Yep.
This life of retirement, mate, ain't all it's cracked up to be, Richard, I tell you.
Well, I don't know about it yet, Paul. I'm just... Listen, the reality is you don't retire from this. You do not retire from this. Nobody's getting out alive, Paul.
But, mate, it's like I said earlier on, Richard, if we don't take up this battle, then our kids will go.
Well, and they won't be able to, because if you lose the country, you lose the country. And let's be honest, actually, the country's lost. We need to retake it. The country's been taken over by communists, religious fanatics, and we've got to take it back. And I think we can do it peacefully. We can do it, with a twinkle in our eye.
The right way.
Yeah, we can do it. We can do it in a fun way, but we've got to do it. We've got to do it. And it's going to be a very interesting few years, the next few years, Paul, put it that way. It's going to be very, very interesting.
On that note, Richard, I'm going to end with one final appeal, guys. I know you will, but please, in return for everything that Tommy does for you, everything that people like Richard does for you, all the organisers, etc., everyone asks in return is that you pay us the respect. Please make sure you bring your best behaviour, because if you don't, we're wasting our time, and that will be that would be sad. So with that, we'll love you and leave you. It's been brilliant having you all on tonight. We'll be back in 23 hours. We'll be back with the one and only Danny Tomo. I've got to get to London and get back, and oh my good God, I might even have to do it live from the train tomorrow, Richard. It depends on how it goes.
Good luck on that. I've been on those experiences,
Oh mate, I'm taking my mobile Wi-Fi tomorrow. Have a good evening, everyone.
Good.
Love
all
you.
all the best.
Take care.